Welcome to Varsity Voices Girls Volleyball. My name is Jeff DiVeronica, and in studio today, the regional champions from Honey Falls, Lima. They're going to the state championships this weekend in Class B. On my far right is Coach Rene Monks. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
In the middle is the set. She's in the middle of it all because she's a setter, and that's what they do. Molly Taylor is here, and next to me is senior hitter Sydney Uthe. Welcome to downtown Rochester. I know you're leaving soon for states in Glens Falls. Molly, how much fun has this week been leading up to states? I know this group has never been to the Final Four before.
It's so exciting to think that we're going to make history going to states this year, and to have our team going to the Final Four is just insane, and I'm so happy we did it.
We look forward to the moment. I mean, you got the bus ride, you got staying in a hotel, right? All this is fun, right?
Yeah, the bus ride's going to be interesting. What is it, 4 hours, 4.5?
4.5
Yeah, 4.5 hours.
It's going to be fun.
Coach, this is a group now. You've won 4 straight Section 5 Class B championships. You took a team that wasn't winning championships, and now you're the winner. How much tougher has it been to maintain this level of excellence? Because now you're the hunted and not the hunter.
It can be very stressful. The girls have stepped up and met this challenge. They do a lot of off-season training. I have a lot of girls that play other sports in the off-season but still find time to train in the off-season. So they have actually met this challenge.
And Molly, I've heard practices under coach here are pretty tough. Can you give us a little rundown of how practice goes?
Well, we start out, we warm up, and then we serve, and then we do a lot of serving because that's the most important aspect of our game. You can't serve, you can't win. So we do a lot of conditioning and a lot of punishments if we can't serve. Tons of burpees, tons of push-ups, it's just crazy.
I'm not that bad.
Well, do you have a degree in fitness training?
I am a phys ed teacher.
Oh, phys ed teacher, okay.
And I'm an aerobics instructor.
We can't have you do a burpee right for on set, can we?
No, that's...
Okay. No burpees on set today. So intense and a lot of efficiency. Now, your coaching style, having that, where did you learn all that from? I mean, to have your practice so formatted.
Just keep pushing, get as many touches as you can. I played 3 sports throughout high school. Gananda. And played a little bit in college, and I've had some pretty intense coaches, and that's the way I like to be trained. And I think not only is it meet your physical challenges, but also your mental. I think it helps the mental game immensely when you raise that intensity in practice.
Now, Sydney, you're an outside hitter, and you have a lot of weapons on this team, but really the quarterback in volleyball is your setter. Can you talk about Molly, some of her strengths, and why she's so good at what she does?
Molly, well, Molly's obviously the setter, and she gives everyone the ball. She knows when to set certain people, she sees the matchups between the opponent and our side, and if there's a big hitter and a small hitter, she knows where to put the ball. And I think that's very helpful, especially when we're playing tougher teams at a higher level, especially this weekend.
Now, is it something you're getting direction from coach, or are you seeing that a lot yourself now as a senior?
Well, more towards the beginning of the season, she would tell me, look at your matchups. You're not going to set your smallest hitter if they got a 6'4" girl on the other side of the net. But now it's really, now that I've got the mental piece down, I do it before every single play, and before we even step out on the court. You have to know who their hitters are on the other side in order to give your team the best shot at getting the kill.
It's a lot to process, Coach, for a young player. Were you a setter or a hitter? Or?
No.
Not a setter?
Not allowed to set, actually. No, I was a hitter.
But it's a lot for her to process. I mean, you have to have a good setter, right?
Just like a quarterback, you run the offense. You decide what plays. You decide what looks good. You have to go to the girl who's on. You know, if you have a receiver, you give them the ball. It's the same idea. So.
2 of your best players sitting next to me. I know you have some other really talented players, including one you mentioned, 6'4" on the other side of the net. You have 6'4" on your side of the net.
6'4.5".
And a half. Sorry, Jillian. Tell us about Jillian and Grace Klebo, and some other players, if you want.
Absolutely. Jillian Kurtek, she is our middle hitter, and she is 6'4.5", and she is a very big presence on that line. She dominates most of the time, and she is definitely our go-to, and I know her and Molly hook up at key moments in the game when we really need a side out. So.
How about Grace?
Grace is probably one of the most versatile players I've ever coached. She can do anything, and she has been playing for me since she's been an 8th grader. She started on this team. And she is somebody I can look at her if the score is 26-25 and we need this point to win, and I'll say, Grace, ball's coming to you. She'll go, okay. Not even bat an eyelash.
Well, that's interesting because Sydney, you know, this group has been in big matches the last few years. Now that you've been through it, and now you haven't been to states, but still, you've played in state tournament matches now and sectionals. There's pressure. How do you manage your nerves in moments like that?
I think just staying focused and making sure that we play our own game and not worrying about so much as the score, and just making sure that we limit our errors when the games are close but still are very competitive and aggressive.
It's interesting she said managing your own game. Coach, this time of year, you know the other teams are going to be good, right?
Absolutely.
Do you try to do a lot of scouting, or do you just focus on what's going on at HFL?
We know the teams that have been to states, and it's always, you hear a team and you're like, oh wow, you know, they're always really, really competitive. But we don't want to overthink it either. We want to make sure we're solid, because at this point, if you can play well, you're going to do well. Everybody's good. So
you're 19-1 on the season. Molly, that only loss was to Pittsford Sutherland. No shame there. They won the Class A championship in Section 5. But then what was interesting to me was you then beat them later in the season. What changed from then to the first game to the second match?
I think we went out in the first game and just expected to win, and then we got out there and we weren't playing our game. In the second match, we knew if we didn't beat them that night, we would not become co-league champions, and we wanted that title so bad that we worked our butts off to get it. So,
well, you got a big moment coming, a lot of big moments coming this weekend, and Coach, I know you've been down this road before. You took your 2013 team to the state Final Four, were state runners-up. How do you feel about this group going into this weekend?
I still have 2 members from that 2013 team, so they have a little bit of insight on what to expect. It's very overwhelming when you don't know what to expect, and it's very mental. We got there, and we had the skill in 2013, but our heads weren't in it. We were just so happy to be there. This year, I think this team has a focus. They know what to expect because of the teammates they have that have been there, and they know how to prepare for it.
Well, they're going to be in action this weekend in Glens Falls. Coach, thanks for coming downtown today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ladies, best of luck to you and the rest of the Cougars.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching us right here at DemocratandChronicle.com. It's Varsity Voices Girls Volleyball.